Alright, let's try again. Sure do hope I'm not dropping frames. Looks all good so far. Yeah, man. Hope I don't drop frames like before. Come on. I mean, it's a little bit jerky on mine as well, to be honest. Before we open things. Yeah, looks good. True. Is it any better, man? Oh, shit. We will ignore those. Is it, oh, yeah, it's better? Cool. Cool. I'm not dropping. Seems PC, not network now. Yeah. Ooh. So, can I go down? Ooh, I can go down that path. Which one to choose? Pretty sure I'm not supposed to go down here. Already off the beaten path. Let's just stick with it. The Finches. I know, right? How good. Finchy! Still haven't heard any game audio. What? Stand by, please. And I'm dropping frames. Is there a different program I can use than Streamlabs that does the same thing? I really hate this fucking thing. Is that better? Got the music. Streamlabs is the best, really? It's fucking shit. I hate their little crappy app. Graphics.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Unless it's intolerable, then I'll do it.
but now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
How cool is the music in this? It's fucking
The
sick.
house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old,
cool
I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Banging place. I thought they were orchids. So you should be loving it, but they're not. They're something else.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Okay. About around the back. Can I crawl through here?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Yeah, I reckon, man. Super detailed.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
That feels good, man. I like Chinese.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Whoa. The books. It's like your room.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Weird.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Oh, no, we saw that one. Cool.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Ah, famous Barbara. Cool.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Oh.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Damn. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
It's weird she sealed up any of them.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Ooh.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Are you intrigued? Are you hooked? Yeah, man. Very intrigued.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
How well done is it? It's fucking insane.
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Crazy.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
Come on, bro. You gotta leave reserves. You gotta stash.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, dude.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Fucking bird.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her.
Fuck.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
That's right.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Rabbits. There's one. Get it. Yes. No, I fucked it. Yes.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Jesus.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Dear God.
A mama rabbit.
Even when it points it out to me. Yes.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop
Eat
eating.
it by its head first. Fuck's sake.
But suddenly, I was a shark.
What the fuck? Bro. Weird as shit.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier
Oh,
than ever.
what?
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and
I'm gonna
it
be good
tasted
at a shark,
really
man.
good.
So good at it. Look at me. It's gliding.
Grabbed on tight. I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When
No!
I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
This is weird. It's fucking cool. Fucking slug. How fucking gross does it sound? Holy shit. Big leech. Disgusting.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yeah, I know, man. Captain.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water and smelt something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Oh, man. Just keep going.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh.
I got closer and closer.
Yes, there it is. Huh?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Jesus, Molly.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Whoa.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Whoa. Bit of lots of frame dropping there.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Interesting.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Yeah, fucking awesome, man. How well done is it?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Ah, awesome.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Oh shit, man.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Shit, man.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Nah, man. Fucking weird.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
That was awesome.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Shit.
The passages were a pretty tight
Puts the
fit.
swing on a cliff
They'd
there.
obviously been built
I
for
know,
smaller
it's so
hands and
fucked.
bellies.
But then what kid attempts to go around? Like, you obviously can't do that, bro. Like, it's not gonna work, innit? Can't go up there yet. Okay. Is that just like a little secret? I'd like to go on, please. Man, I'm gonna go to sleep soon. For fuck's sake. Shouldn't have started.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be
Jesus, how did he
rushed
do
to
that?
the emergency room. So
How do you
Barbara
even-
got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door
This
locked?
guy, mate.
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Thing is, if she keeps telling people these secrets,
She
everyone's
reached
gonna
for
know,
the
mate.
music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
This is cool as. Fuck, how well done is
Rick?
this, man?
Are you okay? This isn't funny.
This is crazy.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Whoa! Jesus. Alright, once a piece.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Who are you? Huh? Creepy shit. This is a fucking cool soundtrack, man.
Old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
You dickhead, mate. Gotcha.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not
This guy's
scared,
amazing.
Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out.
This is
But
awesome.
she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there?
Oh shit! Come on.
Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
This is so well done. Holy shit, man. Alright, got the crutch back. Okay. Flank. Good. This is some pretty good tactics. Advanced.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh
Barb
shit.
returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Fucking, where the fuck are the useless police, by the way? For fuck's sake.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Oh, this is fucking brilliant, mate.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Oh, we got fucking smash. So good.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Whoa. This isn't gonna be that fucking idiot from before, is it? That fucking...
The hook man had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Holy shit, man.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be yes. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent.
It's pretty
Poor
fucking weird,
girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her.
Jesus.
Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Fuck, that was so well done. Playing the game in the fucking book. It's pretty cool.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Alright, I'll save it there and crash. Fucking awesome, man. I'll definitely play that a bit tomorrow. Fucking brilliant. Take it easy, I'll see you later. Oh, fucking hell, last day tomorrow. Praise be. Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. So well done.